Gathering initial information is the first stage of plan of attack. Then scanning. Then the third step is exploit. Scanning vulnerability and third step is exploit. Two types of attack we have seen. Passive, mainly passive attack and active attack. So two more, internal and outside attack. Now today we are going to learn a few more concept of cyber security, that is scanning. Second phase of plan of attack is scanning. So you explored about the Jonathan James and Lizard Squad. No reply. So do explore of yourself. Cybersecurity is not just by talking something you are going to get it mastery. It is not like that. The cybersecurity is always so understand and practice more. Understanding is required of any tools or concepts, and practical approach should be more. Then only you will come to know and you can get a mastery in the cybersecurity. So if I ask you to do some exercise, that exercise is not just for just class interaction. That exercise, if you go and explore the exercise, you will come to know the in deep understanding of the people, who are all the people who behind the cybersecurity crimes and all, you are going to understand. And the tools, which tools are useful for which kind of the activity in the cybersecurity, you will come to know. Okay, the second stage of scanning and scrutinizing gathered information. First stage is reconnaissance, initial information gathering using several tools. So the very much well-known tool is the Google search engine. You through that you can observe the initial information about the targeted victim. So the other set of the sources are social website like Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter. If any other social media kind of things are there, you can. So after gathering the information, the second stage is scanning and scrutinizing. So it is a key step to examine intelligently while gathering information about the target. So this is very important. Yes, after obtaining the initial information, yes, you will get a lot of tons of material or tons of initial information. Now, by observing that information which is gathered, which was gathered in the during the first step, you intelligently you classify those initial information, which information is useful for further processing the plan of attack, right? So it is up to the hacker intelligence and the experience. The objective of the scanning and scrutinizing is port scanning, network scanning, and vulnerability scanning. So how many types of scannings are there in cybersecurity? Three types. One is port scanning, network scanning, and vulnerability scanning. So port scanning, what is port scanning? Port scanning is a act of systematically scanning a computer's port. What is port? What is port? It is an entry point of the computer system. Since a port is a place where information goes into and out of a computer, so port scanning identifies open doors to a computer. You can use the Nmap tool to you can use the Nmap tool to know about which are the ports are available for a targeted machine. So I'll demonstrate a little later about the tools, Nmap tool for scanning. then it is similar to a thief going through your neighborhood and checking every door and window on each house to see which ones are open and which ones are locked. So what thieves usually in physical world, what he is going to do, if he wants to get thieved, so he is going to check every doors of a targeted area, right? Similarly, before entering into penetrate into any of the system, you are required to scan the ports. By using that tool, you cannot simply by manually you cannot check whether the port is open or not. It is possible through the different set of tools, software tools. There is no way to stop someone from port scanning your computer. You cannot stop others to scan your computer. So so scanning will happen without your knowledge while you are on the internet, because accessing an internet server opens a port which opens a door to a computer. If you are connecting with the internet, when you connect the internet means flowing data flow happens to and fro. There are, however, software products that can stop a port scanner from doing any damage to your system. It is you through the with the help of the tool, you can stop accessing your system. Again, Nmap is used for that. Nmap is used for both scanning as well as accessing the ports, as well as through the commands you can stop doing damage to your system. Then, so port scanning happens with TCP and UDP are the two protocols that make up TCP/IP protocol suite, which is used universally to communicate on the internet. So, what internet it uses? IP protocol, internet protocol. In that internet protocol, there are two variants. That is TCP, it's a reliable protocol. UDP, unreliable protocol. These two protocols are used for internet communication. So each of these has the ports 0 through available. So essentially there are more than 65,000 doors to lock. There are around 65,000 ports exist with every protocol. So you can enter into the system any of the one of the protocol. Usually most frequently used ports between 0 to 1024. The first 1024 TCP ports are called the well-known ports and are associated with standard services such as FTP, HTTP, SMTP, or DNS protocol. Right? These are the services which are well known. We are using SMTP for simple mail transfer protocol, domain name services, hypertext transfer protocol, file transfer protocol. These protocols services you can use through one of the port numbers. Some of the addresses over 1023 also have commonly associated services, but the majority of these ports are not associated with any service and are available for a program or application. So probably you heard about the unstructured database Hadoop. Hadoop uses some other port number to access the unstructured data, right? So probably you heard about 3306. It's a 3306. It's a port number for accessing the MySQL database. So there are several port numbers are there for meant for a specific communication. So general communication usually it uses between 0 to 1024 port numbers. A port scan consists of sending a message to each port one at a time. The kind of response received indicates whether the port is used and can therefore be probed for weaknesses. So you can access the system, targeted system, by identifying which port is vulnerable to attack the system. So you cannot. So if the port number is 443, what is the port 443 represents? Which protocol port number? So in computer networks, you studied all these, right? Do you remember 443? SSL communication, secure communication. Is it? For FTP, which is the protocol number, port number for FTP? For HTTP, which one?
440.
For HTTP.
Sir, 440. Sir.
Four 43. It out numbers, basic information, which port number open access. Most of the time that is open to all. Do you remember the port numbers? What is the FTP protocol? Usually it uses the protocol is, if it is reliable TCP, otherwise UDP. The port number is 2021. Recall that. Okay. Then so which port having a weakness, you through that weak and open port, you can penetrate into the system. The results of a scan on a port is usually generalized into one of the following categories. The usually once if you scan a system, target a system, usually it will come with the one of the following category, whether the port is open or accepted. If maybe the sometimes port is open but it won't accept the incoming traffic or outgoing traffic, right? Similarly, closed or not listening. Some ports are closed and it is not able to listen the request from the outside world. So sometimes it is for filtered or blocked. Usually the firewalls which will not accept the malicious content, so those is going to be filtered among the available traffic, and finally it is going to be block that traffic. So by port scanning, you are going to gather the information about the targeted machine ports, which port is open, whether it is accepting the request or not, which port is closed, whether it is not listening your request, which port is allowed for filtering the traffic, blocking the traffic, which it is malicious. So this kind of information you are obtaining through that. Types of port scan. Types of port scan. So there are several types of port scan. Among that, few are listed here. The one is vanilla scan. The second one is strobe scan. The fragmented packets, UDP scanner, sweep scan, FTP bounce scan, stealth scan. So let us look into one by one. Vanilla scanner. The scanner attempts to connect to all 65,535 ports. Vanilla scan, it scans all, it is trying to connect all 65,535 ports. To look into, once the scanning is happened, it is going to be listed all of the ports it is open to attempt for the attempt to connect. So instead of going with vanilla scan, because it will take much time to assess the ports, which one is vulnerable, which is not vulnerable. Okay, so then instead of going with vanilla scan, go with strobe scan, a more focused scan looking only for known services to exploit. This strobe scan, this it will gives the entire information of a system, rather than by looking into the entire information, analyzing that one, which ports are open, which ports are accepting. Instead of analyzing that one, you can directly locate to a particular port, which port is running the which services to exploit that. You can go with the strobe scanning. Fragmented packets, the scanner sends packet fragments that get through simple packet filters in a firewall. So along with your request, you can send a few more packets to whether the firewall is allowing the simple packets or not, to check that one. You are sending UDP ports. What is user datagram pocket? Why UDP meant for? In the communication protocol, why it is meant for? To communicate, use connects
Excuse me, sir.
to the same port on more than one machine. Yes.
Excuse me, sir. Sir, your voice is breaking, sir. It is not coming properly. Not able to understand what.
Yes,
Not
sir.
able to understand what.
Yes, Rupak. Yes.
Sir, your voice is breaking, sir.
Now. Now am I audible?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Okay. So UDP meant for what? So to sending, communicating, use, data type, use.
Hello?
ಹಲೋ.
ಕೇಳಿಸ್ತಿದ್ಯಾ?
ಹಾ, ಕೇಳಿಸ್ತಿದೆ. ಸರ್ರು ಲೆಫ್ಟ್ ಆದ್ರು ಅನ್ಸುತ್ತೆ.
ಹೌದಾ? ಅದೇ ನಂಗೆ ಅವಾಗ ಕೇಳಿಸ್ತಿಲ್ಲ, ಅವಾಗಿಂದ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ
ಸರ್ ಬಂದ್ರು.
Kali Linux is visible
ನೋ ಸರ್.
for yeah. I'm doing some demonstration. It's visible
ನೋ ಸರ್.
of now.
ನೋ ಸರ್.
Oh, it is presentation is stopped. Oh, 1 minute. If it is visible, let me know.
ಎಸ್ ಸರ್, ಇಟ್ಸ್
sir.
ವಿಸಿಬಲ್.
sir, it's visible.
Okay. To do with scanning, usually we are going to use the Nmap tool. In the Kali Linux, it is installed on the virtual box, Oracle virtual VM box. You can observe here in the Kali Linux, there are most of the tools are available. Information gathering, you are going to use the many tools, OS int analysis, SMB analysis, etc. Vulnerability analysis, several tools are you are using. Nmap is used for vulnerability analysis. Here we are going to use the Nmap here to scan the targeted machine. So password attack, you can crack the password using Jan, Hashcat, Crunch, etc. and so on. Database assessment, wireless attacks also you can. So now we'll go with how to scan the targeted machine. So using Nmap. Nmap is the tool used for scanning the targeted machine. But first let us look into the IP address of the targeted machine. How to know the IP address of the target machine? Who is lookup or DNS lookup. Search for domain availability. So Domain name, I'm going with google.com. See, my IP address is visible here. Google.com. Oh, it's not showing. 1 second. Let's go with bmsit.ac.in. Just a minute. Name.google.com. Who is IP search? This illustration is about the how to do the port scanning using Kali Linux Nmap tool. See here, yesterday we have seen a few of the port numbers, IP address. Let us take this IP address and we can use it to scan the system. We can scan the system. Nmap, option V, (5266 52.66.122.218. So observe. Discovered open port 22 TCP port is open. 3306, this is a MySQL database connection is open. 110 143 80 HTTP connection is open. 443 status is open, that is SSL protocol open. See, from our domain BMSIT domain, these many number of port is open for that particular server. After scanning, still it is searching for the few more. So you can see, observe that one. Got it? How to scan the targeted system. Here targeted IP is our college IP. Understood? Scanning. The next scrutinizing phase called as enumeration in the hacking world. Scanning and scrutinizing. So scanning is done. Now scrutinizing, which enumeration, which the objective, what is your objective, whether it is port is open. Once the port is open, you require to analyze that port, whether that port is helpful to penetrate or dive into the targeted machine. The objective behind this step is to identify what is the objective of the scrutinizing? Valid user accounts or groups, network resources and our shared resources, OS and different applications that are running on the OS. For example, if you identified the 443 or 80 TCP protocol, so if it is open in that HTTP protocol, you might going to use the Internet Explorer or the Google Chrome or the Mozilla Firefox or the Safari, which browser you are using. In suppose let us take your operating system is the older one. There is no patch of updates of the operating system. So if you are using Internet Explorer below the version of 10, you are going to identify the which vulnerability that browser version it has. To go with to identify the vulnerabilities, you are going to use the database called as CVE database, Common Vulnerability Enumerations Database, CVE database. Here, for the Internet Explorer, the lower version of Internet Explorer, you are going to identify the vulnerability of that particular version of the browser through this CVE database. So common vulnerability enumerable database. Here you can search for CVE list. You can search for CVE list, Internet Explorer. See, in this Internet Explorer, the version through 5. You can locate that Internet Explorer. You can observe a remote code execution vulnerability exists in the way that the VB script engine handles objects in memory. Means that Windows VB script engine remote code execution vulnerability exists in the version of Internet Explorer 9, Internet Explorer 11 and Internet Explorer 10. So if you use this enumerable CVE enumerable, so whether any patches is already updated to that version of the Internet Explorer or not, it is going to get it display. You are going to know that one. What kind of exploit you are going to do here using your network tools, attack tools. You can inject Windows VB script engine remote code execution vulnerability. You can inject onto the older versions of Internet Explorer, which it has in the vulnerable system. Through that, the hacker is going to gain the control of the remote machine without physically visiting and handling that machine. Getting understood? Okay, now another exercise for you. Research on any 5 vulnerabilities and prepare a report of the vulnerability. I showed you the scanning. I showed you the scanning. So here around 12 ports are open. So now you can observe here 22 SSH, 25 SMTP protocol, 80 HTTP, 110 POP3, 119 NNTP, 143 IMAP, 443 HTTPS protocol, 465 SMTPS. Start is open, service, which service it is going to use. If you check with MySQL, suppose if you are penetrating through the HTTP open protocol, HTTP, then go to the CVE website, type which protocol it is, that port is open. You type, suppose you want to enter through HTTP. what are the vulnerabilities are there in that HTTP? Through this port, all is going to be display here. What is the reason of entering? So you are going to obtain lot many information about an particular protocol based on that which version. That's why the people are keep on telling update your system, upgrade your system, update your antivirus, update your firewall, update your operating system, update your Microsoft Word. Why? What is the reason? Because in no software in this world is 100% perfect. So yeah, one or the other way there is a weaknesses. The exploiters and hackers finding the weaknesses and vulnerability weaknesses that is going to be found in the targeted machine. Through that they are entering into your system. Getting? So the second, research on any 3 cyber attacks and prepare a report of how the attack was performed, details of the flaw, the loss occurred, and what was compromised. Please explore. This is for you to make you understand more about the cyber security issues. That is the national and internationally, the people are suffering a lot because of cyber attacks, and opportunities are more in this field, cyber security. So that's why I want to make you understand about the cyber security. Please explore this, do this exercise A and B. So A and B, and prepare a report and keep yourself. And I will ask you on Monday to share your screen. Any one of you do this exercise and share that exercise content. Okay. Then after information gathering is over, scanning is over, scrutinizing is over, now there is a third phase is attack. That is gaining and maintaining the system access. After scanning and scrutinizing, that attack is launched using the following step. First step is, it is need not be always the cracking the password, because if you are entering into the system, yes, obviously there is an entry point of the operating system is login credentials. It is not always, because backdoor entries also there. By injecting the trojans into the system, by bypassing your login credentials, they can enter into the system. Right, this is a one example of illustration I am given here. Right, crack the password, exploit the privileges, execute the malicious command or applications, hide the files, cover the track, delete access logs so that there is no trial illicit activity. See, if you are doing this illegal activity, how many of you are interested to catch by the law? Right, to catch by the law. That's why the last step is there, right? Cover the track means because everything it is being recorded from where that attack has been initiated, scan has happened, which was the targeted machine they targeted. Everything it is maintained at the server side. If you want to not traced from the law, you can go with the last step. Otherwise, you will be in trouble. And also, whatever you do, this plan of attack and all practices, don't do in real time. Don't do on real time, because you don't have a permission to do all these activity. So do one thing, how I install the virtual Oracle box. Similarly, if you have a laptop or the desktop system, download the virtual Oracle box, install it, and configure for install the Kali Linux on the virtual box. Install the older version of the Windows operating system, and some of the tools are older tools of it. Try to hack your targeted machine in your system only. Don't do this in real time. You will be under trouble. Getting? Crack the password, exploit the privileges, execute the malicious command or applications, hide the files, cover the track, delete access logs so that there is no trial illicit activity. So shortly, I'm going to give the demonstration of this, but with the help of the industrial expert, I'll do this one, but don't do it and get in the trouble of a lawsuit. Okay, this is only for knowledge share. Social engineering. I hope I made you understand, right?
Sure.
Yeah. Social engineering. Social engineering. Here there is a picture at the right side. You just look into the human. In his mind, engineering is happening. What engineering it is happening here? Engineering is nothing but knowing in detail actual facts. Knowing in detail actual facts. So if you go with social engineering, there is a life cycle for social engineering. One is information gathering. You can compare this with plan of attack. Almost it is similar. You can just look it in. Information gathering, there also information gathering. That is termed as reconnaissance. Second one is establish a relationship here. There, scanning and scrutinizing. Exploitation, there also exploitation phase. Execution, that is last phase of plan of attack. So social engineering is a one kind of the attack the hacker is going to perform to gain the credentials of a individual. Rather than going with targeted organization, they are going to gain the information about the individual. So most of the time, hackers are not interested to target the individual. Why? Because instead of targeting individual to making a lot of effort to gain the access of a one person credentials, it won't get much. They won't get much about much of the thing from that person. But most of the time they are targeting organization. If the organization database is compromised, they will get a lot tons of credentials, that is hashes of a passwords of a users. From that they can do the brute force approach to get the recover the hashed passwords of a targeted individuals. Getting my point? So most of the hackers concentrating on the organization level rather than going with individual. Again, depends on the aim of the hacker. Social engineering is the technique to influence and persuasion to deceive people to obtain the information or perform some action. I asked Rupak, where do you put up? Where do you say which class, which apartment? What is the number of apartment, which floor? I did the social engineering. There I collected some of the information from him, right? Whether he is good or not, whether his health is, means personal details I'm going to get through just by asking throwing by some of the questions. It's also a social engineering. A social engineer usually uses telecommunications or internet to get them to do something that is against the security practices or policies of the organization. So asking what is the password of the website password of admin password of the MSIT, by asking your friend, if a friend is going to provide such information, that is also a kind of the attack, passive attack, that one, because it is not actually happened the attack, but information gathering happened through social engineering, right? So social engineering involves gaining sensitive information or unauthorized access privileges by building inappropriate trust relationships with insiders. See, as I said, we discussed different kinds of attack. So to gain the to get the information about a particular organization, first you are building a relationship with that organization. Suppose, for example, if you want to get the internship in the Infosys, where you are going to? First you want to if you want to go for internship in Infosys, what you are going to do? First you are trying to search for the people who is working in internship, right, working in Infosys. Then after finding a person, then you started gaining the information about the Infosys, which are the peoples are there under the recruitment team or the HR team. Then you are trying to utilize that person to get the internship in Infosys. Similarly, the social engineering is not just engineering, just it is also emotional, sentimental emotionals will be there to play to gain the information, sensitive informations from the social websites. It is an art of exploiting the trust of people. Social engineering is an art, so it depends on how you are communicating, how you are building a rapport with the people, how you are gaining directly, indirectly you are accessing by asking some of the relevant questions to them. So you are depend on the trust, your relationship you are going to build with the people. That is nothing but a social engineering. Social engineering is a non-technical method of intrusion hackers use that relies heavily on human interaction and often involves tricking people into breaking normal security procedures. So if you look into the Facebook, probably many a times you are going to get the link play and win. You are going to get the link like play and win. If you play, you will get a 70% of the discount of so and so product. So they are playing with they are throwing a malicious links. By clicking them, you are going to be become a victim of the someone else, right? They are keep on asking if you are breathe today, if you are not breathing today for per a minute 100 times, tomorrow you are going to die. This is called as scarewares. These are termed as scarewares. They are scaring you about your health condition. Oh, then it will hit your mind. Oh, if I am not breathing 100 times per minute today, tomorrow I am going to die. What is this? It's they are scaring you to promote their product. If you eat this product, if you drink this product, your breathing level will be improved, you will get a health, so and so. All those kind of things happening in the social media because they are playing with the emotional touch of the people's sentimentals. They are pushing the sentimental statements there to attract the people and to gain the sensitive information of the peoples. A social engineer runs what used to be called as ConGam, or example, a person using social engineering to break into a computer network might try to gain the confidence of an authorized user and get them to reveal information that compromises the network security. See, instead of directly playing with the software tools and hacking tools, they are playing with the people because the person is the weakest link in this cyber security world. Human is the most vulnerable, weakest link in this cyber security. Technology is very strong, and it is unbreakable. But through the human, they are trying to hack the system through by collecting information, sensitive information, by building a rapport with the people. Social engineers only often rely on the natural helpfulness of people as well as on their weaknesses. See, as I said, scare softwares are there. They are telling if you are not breathe 100 times per minute today, tomorrow you are going to die. That is the scaring statement they thrown. From that, they are attracting and they are pushing their product onto a people who is believing them, right? So they might, for example, call the authorized employee with some kind of urgent problem that requires immediate network access, appealing to vanity, appealing to authority, appealing to greed, and old-fashioned eavesdropping or other type of typical social engineering techniques. So they are targeting a person, they are tracking his mindset, they are creating an emotional touch, and they are obtaining the information about a particular organization network credentials. They are gathering that information. Not all this will happen in one call. No, they are keep on following since long years, long months, long days, long hours. They are following. After following that, finally they will get a success. It is not happening in overnight of the attacking. So also attack scenario for social engineering is attacker performs reconnaissance attack. They will do the initial gathering of the information about a targeted person or the machine. Then user receives an email with a PDF file attachment, supposedly from a hospital supplier. So for example, hospital concern, if it is a hospital related attack, you will get, suppose if you do the body checkup today for 34 different treatment, you will get a 60% of discount for the entire fee you are going to pay. So that is a one kind of social engineering attack. Then user opens the attached file. When he clicks on the opening attachment file, that malicious file is going to be executed. Once that malware is executed, it is going to collect all the user credential. Probably in my case, it is happened for my Gmail account also, because we are the researcher. What will happen by clicking that? We are going to click. In that case, probably our credentials might be compromised. So malware sends the stolen data to a remote user. They are not just opening and collecting information. No, they will maintain active connections till they obtain the complete information from your end. This kind of attack, it's one of the scenario of social engineering attack. So in the next class, I am going to discuss about classification of social engineering and remaining topic of interest. Any doubt? So next, from USN 6 to 10, answer for MCQ. USN 6 to 10. I'll post the question and answer on the chat window. By looking into that, you can answer. By looking into that, you can answer. Which of the one of the following is a type of antivirus program? USN 6.
McAfee.
McAfee antivirus program, right?
Sir, all of the above. All of the above.
All of them. Quick Heal, you heard about Quick Heal? Yes. It's again antivirus. Kaspersky? Yes. Avasta? Yes. All of these are the antivirus programs. What is antivirus? What is antivirus? It is a software
It will
which is
prevent yes, sir. Computer
used to
getting.
scan the system to detect the malicious virus kind of signatures. From that, it is preventing the one level of cyber attacks. It can, the second question from USN 7. It can be a software program or hardware device that filters all data packets coming through network, a network, etc. It is known as dash. The one A is antivirus, B is firewall, C is cookie, firewall. The firewall is either it is a software or hardware. It is going to filter the packet which is harmful to the system, target system. Next, USN 8. Which of the following refers to stealing one's idea or invention of others and use it for their own benefit? Answer: piracy, plagiarism, intellectual property rights, and all of the above.
All the above, sir.
All the above. Right, you are
Above.
right. Yes. Then USN 9.
Yes, sir.
Read the following statement carefully and find out whether it is correct about the hacking or not.
Yes, sir.
It can be possible that in some cases hacking a computer or network can be legal. A, no, in any situation hacking cannot be legal. B, it may be possible that in some cases it can be referred to as a legal task. What's your answer?
Sir, it may be possible that in some cases it can be referred to as a legal task.
In which case?
Sir, like government-related tasks and also.
If any organization or the government, if they have given a consent for the hacker,
Yes, sir.
they have given
Yes,
an
sir.
agreement. Yes, you do hacking. From that, try to vulnerability, weaknesses in the system. We are going to patch up that vulnerability. In such situation, hacking become legal. Otherwise,
Legal
it
task.
is illegal only. Good.
Yes, sir.
USN 10. Which of the following refers to exploring the appropriate ethical behaviors related to the online environment and digital media platform? Answer A, cyber law, cyber ethics, cyber security, cyber safety. Which of the following refers to exploring the appropriate ethical behaviors related to the online environment and digital media platform? Cyber law or cyber law, cyber ethics, cyber security, cyber safety. Which one? Cyber ethics. Cyber ethics is the right answer. If you showcase your ethics to do while doing or while referring some content over the internet, you are providing a references, source of the information being taken by you. If you do such practice, it is termed to be as a cyber ethics. So now answer your attendance.
ಗೊತ್ತಾಗಿಲ್ಲ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗಿಲ್ಲ ಪಪ್ಪ
31 5 2021. 1
Yes, sir.
2
Yes, sir.
3
Yes, sir.
4
Yes, sir.
6 7 8
Yes, sir.
9
Present, sir.
10
Yes, sir.
Banu Prakash Bhargav
Present, sir.
Yes, sir.
Rahmatullah
Present, sir.
Chaitra
Present, sir.
Chandana
Present, sir.
Charan
Sir.
Darshan
Present, sir.
Diksha
Yes, sir.
Dakshayani
Present, sir.
Kishan Harshit
Present, sir. Present, sir. Kishan. Mic issue.
Harshit, why you are keep on absenting? Are you okay?
Yes, sir. I'm okay.
Hemalata
Present, sir.
Uma Jayant
Present, sir.
Divya
Yes, sir.
Kaushik
Present, sir.
Lakshmi
Sir, she is present. Her mic is not working.
Lavanya
Sir, she is also present, sir. Her mic is not working.
Manish
Present, sir.
Manoj
Yes, sir.
Mohit
Yes, sir.
Yaval
Yes, sir.
Navya
Present, sir.
Nikhil
Present, sir.
Panindra
Present, sir.
Pavan
So.
Pooja
Present, sir.
Purnima
Present, sir.
Raman
Present, sir.
Rashmi
Present, sir.
Rupak Samir
Present, sir.
Santosh
Present, sir.
Shadab
Present, sir.
Present, sir.
Sir, Shadab present.
Sharan
Present, sir.
Sheetal
Present, sir.
Present, sir.
Shivani
Present, sir.
Soumya Soumeshri Spurti
Present, sir.
Sri Vishnu
Present, sir.
Sudandhini,
Present, sir.
Sushma,
Present, sir.
Sushmita,
Present, sir.
you,
Present, sir.
Tirtha,
Present, sir.
Mukti,
Present, sir.
Harsha,
Present, sir.
Veena.
Present, sir.
Okay, only if you want to only theoretical, I will go with theoretical. Otherwise, what I do now, I'll go with this approach. Which one you want? We can cover theoretically quickly within a specified amount of time. Which one you want?
Mula bantu.
No response. So probably I'll go with
Sir,
which approach is what?
both theory and activity, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, it is good, right? What I'm doing,
Yes, sir.
it's good. It is. It makes you little more understand, right?
Yes,
So
sir.
yeah, fine. Then you do the exercises. You will understand more than the classroom discussion.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. Any doubts are there? Any questions?
No, sir.
Fine. So how to install the virtual box and all? If you want to have a session, you can join one more. It requires 2 to 3 hours, or I'll send a manual for that. You can do by your own. In the afternoon, my practice student joined for the proctor meeting. I'll share the Google Meet link. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Fine.
Excuse me, sir.
Sir,
Yes.
your voice is breaking.
Sir, after the proctor meeting, there is some library and placement. What is that, sir?
Sir, your voice is breaking.
Placement related, if any activities are there, they will conduct. Library means if you are in offline mode, probably will go for the library. Since it is online mode, it's not possible to sit in the library. Okay,
Okay, okay.
fine. If you want me to illustrate installation of virtual box and all, I will do one session for that. You will learn more.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Some of you stop recording that. It is not happening from this end.